But start praying. If you're not praying, you must start praying your salah. Because who is Allah? We forget who Allah is. The other day I was just reading that, sardines, the fish that you buy in sandwiches and that. Just a shoal or school of sardines, 4.3 miles long. All these sardines together, and they go in the same direction, same time. They move at the same time, and it's 1 mile wide. It's just fish in the ocean, one type of fish. And grasshoppers, when they jump, millions of them come, they swarm the crops. Millions and millions and millions. Not one of them hits the other. They never collide. Imagine we start jumping in this room. If we're all really tight, we're punching each other. None of them collide with the other. That Lord is saying, calling you to Him to recognize me. We live our whole life, you just eat, you had breakfast, you didn't think about where the food came from, where you're breathing from, your eyes. So we have no link with Allah. And it's easy to build that link. Because He's always there, He's never going to let you down. Everyone will let you down, Allah will not let you down, but you have to start to recognize that. We cannot live in Allah's world and ignore Him. You cannot live in God's world. Like I said, you live in someone's house, they pay the rent, they provide the food, pay the bills, and you ignore them. But this Allah has given everything. He's given us the science, He's given us health, He's given us families, He's given us everything. And we tend to live our whole lives ignoring Allah. So the slavery, because all humans are slaves. All humans are slaves. There's nobody who's not a slave, but you're a slave to something. So you can be a slave up to dinar, up to dirham, you can be a slave of money and just worship money. You live and die for money. I'm going to get the most money, hoard the most, you're going to get the best car, you're going to do the best you can, or you can be a slave to society. Do you know what that means? When your cousin gets married and they have a 20,000, 30,000 pound wedding, what do you have to do when you get married? You have to have a 30,000 pound wedding in that hotel. You have to. Do you have a choice? No, because everyone else did it. So what is that? What is that? Are you free or are you a slave? You're a slave. Slave to who? To society. So Allah says in the Quran, choose, who are you going to be a slave to? Me or to people or to society, or what will people say? So you have a choice of who you want to be slave. Another type of slavery young people have, you have to dress a certain way, or have a certain type of phone, or a certain type of way to talk. If you don't, you won't fit in with your friends. All your friends follow a certain way, a certain type of music, a certain type of life. If you don't fit into that, they'll all make fun of you. So are you a slave to that? You have to conform to what they're doing? You have to. So it's slavery. You're not free. So Allah says, which slavery do you want? You want slavery to me, which is freedom. Do you know why you're free when you're a slave of Allah and you're not free to society? When you put yourself under burden, you get married, you borrow that money to get married. Or you lose 20,000, 30,000 pounds. Or you have to buy the car to impress the neighbours. You have to get everything according to what other people are doing. You've got to buy designer clothes. Slavery. When you become a slave of Allah, you become free. Why? How can a slave be free? Because now there's no pressure. You don't have to follow anybody. You don't have to buy that thing everyone else is buying. You don't have to do the things everyone else is doing. Your wedding can be very simple, a simple nikah, and you're happy. But that slavery leads to freedom. Because this is the only type of slavery where you're happy. Every other type of slavery is a burden. I have to earn more than my friends and my cousin. And my mom said, everyone else is a doctor, you're not doctor. What are you going to do? Boy engineer ban gaya, he's become an engineer. What's wrong with you, man? Look at your cousins. Look how successful they are. There's slavery. You have to follow that way, or you're a failure, according to them. But your choice is to decide who you're going to be a slave to and stick to that. This is the hardest thing. Because if you're weak, you're given